Hello, Tough Crowd fans. This is Wednesday, September 3rd, and I'm Mama J Fi here to announce my victory over Walmart and PayPal. If you've listened to the prior podcast, you knew that somebody hacked into my PayPal and or Walmart accounts and was able to place two $700 orders, one of which was canceled, one of which was delivered to an address in Chicago. There was an actual picture of the door. So I'm not sure if it was the person that lived there or whether somebody used that address and then snatched the package off of the stoop. Walmart and PayPal were not helpful. So I did two things. First of all, I went to Trustpilot, which is an online reviewer, Better Business Bureau type place for online retailers. I've had success there in the past. I placed a bad review of Walmart on there, and now I've been elevated to the executive level of Walmart customer service. I spoke with an actual person from the United States who expressed interest in my case suddenly, just 2 days after I filed that review. Supposedly, she is looking into it. Meanwhile, I complained to Bank of America. That's my main banking system. And they put a hold on the PayPal deduction and have returned it to my account. They are investigating PayPal and Walmart, and they're saying they're not going to pay the item. So I feel somewhat victorious these days. I know it was $700, and it was really the principle of somebody being able to change an address, add an address on my account without any verification. When if I want to send a gift to somebody and add a new address, I have to go through a 10-level FBI type verification. So that was one little victory of the day. We have our top 5 stories of the day besides my Walmart PayPal victory. I have been really struggling with the nail situation in here in Connecticut. I know that's a very minor problem in the world. It's a 1% problem. I can hear everybody saying that already. Yes, it is. But the reality is that's one thing that I constantly like to have done is my nails. So then I don't pick at them. I'm not tempted to bite my nails or do anything to them. And they look nice and I don't have to worry about them. So let's all just accept it's a thing that I like to do. Maisie's also likes to have her nails done so she doesn't bite or pick at them. Or when she's playing golf or different events, her hands look presentable. Our struggle has been from the moment we arrived here in Connecticut, we've been gaslighted by the various nail salons. We first were told that nobody here does dip, that only people do gel powder, which I have never even heard of. So gel, as everybody knows, it's used the UV light to harden it, which is now banned in Europe, by the way. That's a whole nother story. It's not banned in the US. But we do dip, which is hardened with benzoyl peroxide activity with the whatever the polishes they put on. It activates it in that way. So it's not a UV light process. The gel powder is this gummy gel that they paint very slowly on your nails, and then the colors applied over that. It seems like it takes forever, which it does, and it's not an exact process. It's very thick, and it's like having a paste put on your nails such that at the end, it looks okay for right then, but as soon as your nails grow at all, it's a different height. But every nail salon had a different story about it, and it was about $30 to $40 more to have this process done at any of these salons. So Maisie and I have tried different salons based on different people's recommendations. We had one that was okay. They were doing the gel powder, but it seemed to grow out fast. And this place was not open on the weekends. And then all of a sudden, they're not available. They only take cash, and now nobody's answering the phone. The phone's out of order. So I don't know if it was a front for something else, but they were off the table. We tried another one in a local town here. The girl doing it was very nice. The guy running the salon was great, but she took literally 3.5 hours to do my nails. I said I was being held hostage in this nail salon. The other one we went to, Maisie did not like her manicure. It took forever. And for the two of us, it was exorbitantly expensive. And the prices are always different. They have posted prices, but then they add on different charges for different things, this and that, depending on what color. So I feel like you're playing roulette every time you go to these salons. That being said, I had to have my nails done one last time in anticipation of Emma's upcoming shower. I went yesterday and I did find a woman who did a very good job, I think, so far. And it didn't take forever. But of course, now I'm leaving. So I feel like there's sort of a gaslighting operation here, whereas every nail salon has a different theory protocol of what they will do, what they won't do, and they just dismiss you if they don't want to do what you're asking for. So I know, good problem to have, but that's where we are on the nail situation. So I'm very glad to be going back to Jennifer in Florida and her brother Ben. We're very excited to see them, and we've missed them this summer. The other legal news, besides my obsession with the Donna Adelson trial, which everyone's heard about, and the judge in the Donna Adelson trial, he literally is my favorite. His faces are just awesome, and he makes such decisive rulings. And compared to the Judge Bev in the Karen Reed trial, he's amazing. So he is someone to watch, even if you just watch clips of it, because his exasperation with some of the things the defense has done and some of the snafus they've had where they look like they're just bumbling Pink Panther detectives, he's very frustrated with. The other court case that was a big court case, not because of its length or gravity, is the Cardi B case. So Cardi B is accused of assaulting or attacking and scratching a security guard at her OBGYN's office. So apparently her OBGYN's office was closed on the day Cardi B came because she did not want anybody to know that she was pregnant yet. So they closed the office so she could have privacy. And then when Cardi B was approaching the office, the security guard and Cardi B got into a scuffle because the security guard was either trying to take a picture of her, trying to talk to her, something. The security guard claims that Cardi B scratched her and was suing her for $24 million. The jury came back yesterday and ruled in Cardi B's favor. During the trial, Cardi B's testimony was hysterical. And she came in each day with a different wig, so she looked like a different person. And when they asked her about the incident, she said the security woman looked like security because she was built like security. So the allegations are that the Cardi B was in the office and that this plaintiff, Amani Ellis, who is a security guard, was following her around the office, seemingly recording her. The office, as we said, had been closed to the public. And so when Cardi B testified about her, she was asked, how big is Ellis compared to you? And Cardi B said, quote, we was face to face, so she's practically like my height or a smudge taller. But she was practically like my height, but she is, say it, the lawyer pushed. Security heavy, Cardi explained. What does security heavy mean? Just tell us, says the lawyer. There's no harm. What does that mean? She just looks a little like she could protect the building type. She looked more developed than me. So, of course, this is being spread online as a SNL type skit. And in any event, we are not here to diss the security guard. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but if she is at a medical appointment, she deserves privacy, period, whether the office is closed or not. So somebody recording her is obviously unprofessional and she should be fired. And then for her to sue Cardi B in what seems to be a made-up claim is unacceptable. So Cardi B, the The jury ruled in Cardi B's favor, and this is what she had to say.
Last week of school yesterday because of this, and I'm not even playing around. I will, even if I'm in my deathbed, I swear to God, I will say it in my deathbed. I did not touch that woman. I did not touch that girl. I didn't lay my hands on that girl. And with that being said, this time around, I'm going to be nice. The next person to try to do a frivolous lawsuit against me, I'm going to countersue and I'm going to make you pay because this is not okay. I think people have like this misinterpretations of celebrities, like, is that, oh, well, we can ask for this and they're going to settle. You don't work at home and you don't work all day and you don't work for your money to give out your money. So don't ever think that I'm just going to give you my money that I work hard for. I don't lay in bed all day. I work all day and I work hard for my money for my kids and for people I take care of. So don't you ever think that you're going to sue me and I'm just going to settle and just give me my money. It's not going to happen. I do also want fans at home, though, not to find their social media, her family's social media, her social media, and bother her. I hope that this is something that I leave behind, that she leave behind. Don't go bother her. Don't be talking about her. Don't be talking about how she look. Don't call her no nasty names. Let's just put this behind. But I'm giving a warning. I am not that celeb that you're going to sue and you think it's going to settle. I'm not going to settle, especially when I'm super completely innocent. I know I got a little reputation, but I swear to God, I'm innocent. I swear to God. Like I'm really innocent for real. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. It's been really tough. It's been really long nights for me. I'm in the middle of album rollout, so it's been late nights and early 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, I gotta get up 5:30 so I can look like this for y'all. For sure. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias para toda mi gente latina que me.
So that's Cardi B and her post-victory speech. So Cardi B for president. I was never a fan of Cardi B's prior to now, but I'm a new fan based on that because I love her message, which is step off, don't even think about suing me. I'm not going to tolerate it just to settle with you. And then also leave the other woman alone. So she had a message of compassion as well. So I was very impressed by all that. So I'm a new Cardi B fan. Shockingly, I know. My other challenge coming up right now. So our third story. So our fourth story of the day is my headshot. So I have to get a headshot for my office website. I've been putting it off. I haven't been in Connecticut to do it, and they have to have a certain photographer do it with a certain layout, etc. So I've been laboring over what to wear, when I can do it, and unfortunately the photographer's mother became ill, so he had to go out of the country. He's coming back. There's one day I can do it on Sunday before I leave. So I've been talking about what to wear for the headshot, what I have to do for the headshot. I'm going to Emma's shower, but I have to come home on Saturday night because of the headshot. So when I was speaking with Emma this week, she said, if I have to hear one more thing about this headshot, I'm going to lose it. She was like, I don't know why you're making such a big deal about this headshot. Everybody does them on AI. And I'm thinking, AI? What do you mean they do them on AI? Well, I looked into it, and there are many different programs that can make your headshot and do all kinds of variations of it on this AI program. It's $30, $40, $80, and you can do different types, business, professional, business casual. I don't know what the other options are. I haven't proceeded through it because you have to pay for it, and I'm not paying for it until I actually know I might use it. So I'm going to see what the photographer this weekend has to offer so I can do some more casual ones maybe to use for other things like the podcast versus just for the legal website. I looked at some of the others on the legal website, and everybody's pretty much wearing a basic shirt with some sort of a jacket or a blazer, which makes sense for a legal website. So that's what I have planned. I have a few different tops to bring, but the list of instructions that they give you for this headshot is sort of intimidating. breath mints, toothbrush, hairbrush, hair comb, hair gel, face powder, lint brush, so many different things that it's sort of intimidating and makes you feel like a little bit anxious before you even get there. And I don't know about you, but I haven't posed for any kind of a photo like that besides with my friends. And my lifetime issue with photos is I have what's called the dead arm. So I don't think it's going to be a problem with this because I'm going to be seated and I think my arms are on a chair arm or something versus just hanging there. So whenever I'm standing in a photo, I try to get in the middle, but if I'm on a side, I don't know what to do with my arm. So I either do the total fashion girl hand on the hip, which comes off looking hokey. And Uncle Bruce has made fun of me in all my photos because every time we take a photo and he's there, he's like, Jen, and puts his hand on his hip. And then other times it's hanging there just like a stick and it looks like totally stiff, like my arm is broken or detached from my body and just hanging there. So I'm trying to figure out some posing instruction as we head toward the wedding because I'm going to be doing more photos with the shower and all kinds of bridal luncheon, rehearsal dinner, and the wedding. So, any tips anybody has, I'd be happy to hear those. So, our last story of the day is my new business idea. I generally have at least one business idea a day, as does Natalie. So, we talk about them frequently. Most of them don't come to fruition, although she probably pursues more of them than I do. It would be called the Improvement Institute. So I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of other people who work in the corporate environment have seen on emails people who are Sigma certified. So it's a management technique, I believe. Let's see what the Sigma. So if you've seen people that have a black belt or a master black belt in Sigma certified, it's an organization which is called Six Sigma, is fundamentally a system of techniques and tools used in process improvement. So I'm all about process improvement, which is why my family calls me the improver. So I had an idea because that's probably more business oriented. Mine is just more applicable to everyday life. So think about it. The Improvement Institute. So on your email, you could be certified in different levels. So I came up with some different levels you could be certified. Starting out, the first level, if you enter the program, you'd be a nudge, Nudge, a nudge. So a nudge level improver would be starting the process, experimenting with every time you check into a hotel, you need to either change your room because the room's not satisfactory and let them know why it's not satisfactory and how they could improve it for next time, or ask to see the room and do a smell test and an air conditioning test before you check in. So they say you're going to be in room 245 and you said, let me have the key. I'm going to go check it out and I'll be right back. And invariably, you're probably not going to accept that first room. So that would be sort of the first entree into the Improvement Institute. Also, it could be sending your food back. So if you get a steak and it's not done to your liking, instead of eating it and complaining to your dinner mates, you call over the manager or who's ever in charge of that and say, I'd like this cooked more, or if it's overcooked, say I'd like another one. And you hope and pray that they don't spit on your food in the kitchen, which if you're in a nice restaurant really shouldn't happen. So those are the first two levels are the first two types of activities that could get you nudge certified. So the second level is enhancer. So if you want to be an enhancer level improver, you have to expand your influence to Yelp reviews. So that means when you go somewhere, you have to go immediately back home. You cannot have any other life outside of doing this. You have to go and you have to do a Yelp review. And that means under your name or a tagline that people will know you as. And I know people who are actually paid and get all kinds of, I don't know if they get credit to stores, but they get paid in some way to be a Yelp reviewer. You can make money doing it, apparently. So it would be to review your local restaurant. Hey, what's going on with the service at this restaurant? I waited half an hour for my drink and the waiter was rude to me. The owner was rude to me. Now, keeping in mind, I don't like to disrespect businesses and restaurants, especially because I feel like their business model is difficult enough. So it would really only be for egregious circumstances that I would say for, say, like a Walmart or a PayPal or somebody who really can take it. Then the last level would lead you to be a certified improver of the Improvement Institute. So that means you have to start thinking of improvements you can make to any business you enter every day, 24/7, 365. And you might say it to your friends, but you have to start considering saying it to whoever owns or manages the business. For example, you go to a bagel store and the line situation doesn't make any sense. The way they have the line organized, nobody can pick up their online food and get out without interrupting the in-person order line. Things like that. But you must make an attempt to do this at least once a week, preferably daily, if you want to reach the certified improver level of the Improvement Institute. So I have to develop a little logo or something, and I will be offering that soon, I think. I'm going to work on this business plan with Natalie. I'm sure she's going to love it. And so those are our top 5 stories for today. I am off to pack mail. Jason, be warned, I'm on my way. He thinks I'm absolutely nuts because I've had so many different shipping questions that he literally sighs when I open the door. I am bringing some items that I have a box for some. I don't have a box for the others. I'm debating on what to ship, what kind of box I need, because some items are lighter than others. So I have 2 possible bags I'm going to give him to choose from and decide which one is cheaper to ship, because some clothes are heavier and I'm trying to weigh them, but it's really hard when I don't have a box for them. So, Jason, I'm on my way and I'll see you guys tomorrow.